creativity comes alive. Melanie's got the vision clear, Red's Kentucky charm is here. April's got that princess flair with military precision there. Barbie sprinkles magic dust in this place we call a trust. Come on in, don't be shy, we'll teach you how to reach the sky. ScrappyShak, ScrappyShak, come and make your dreams come back. We'll show you how to cut and paste, nothing here will go to waste. ScrappyShak, love and laughter, that's our track. Emma's young but leads the way, making magic every day. Barely art school holds it tight from morning sun to late at night. Retreat weekends, learn and grow, all the tricks we wanna show. Every color, every thread builds a joy that lies ahead. Take my hand, I'll show you how we can start creating now. ScrappyShak, ScrappyShak, come make your dreams come back. We'll show you how to cut and paste, nothing here will go to waste. ScrappyShak, love and laughter, that's our track. Red hair flying, fingers working, princess teaching, never shirking. Glitter goblins pass through ways, Emma managing our days. Melanie's dreams in purple hues, we're the team that never loses. ScrappyShak, ScrappyShak, come and make your dreams come back. We'll show you how to cut and paste, nothing here will go to waste. ScrappyShak, ScrappyShak, love and laughter, that's our track. Purple walls and friendly faces, this is where your heart embraces. All the joy that you can make here at our ScrappyShak. Walking to our purple paradise where creativity comes alive. Melanie's got the vision clear, Red's Kentucky charm is here. April's got that princess flair with military precision there. Barbie sprinkles magic dust in this place we call a trust. Come on in, don't be shy, we'll teach you how to reach the sky. ScrappyShak, ScrappyShak, come and make your dreams come back. We'll show you how to cut and paste, nothing here will go to waste. ScrappyShak, love and laughter, that's our track. Emma's young but leads the way, making magic every day. Barely art school holds it tight from morning sun to late at night. Retreat weekends, learn and grow, all the tricks we wanna show. Every color, every thread builds a joy that lies ahead. Take my hand, I'll show you how we can start creating now. ScrappyShak, ScrappyShak, come make your dreams come back. We'll show you how to cut and paste, nothing here will go to waste. ScrappyShak, love and laughter, that's our track. Red hair flying, fingers working, princess teaching, never shirking. Glitter goblins pass through ways, Emma managing our days. Melanie's dreams in purple hues, we're the team that never loses. ScrappyShak, ScrappyShak, come and make your dreams come back. We'll show you how to cut and paste, nothing here will go to waste. ScrappyShak, ScrappyShak, love and laughter, that's our track. Purple walls and friendly faces, this is where your heart embraces. All the joy that you can make here at our ScrappyShak. purple paradise where creativity comes alive. Melanie's got the vision clear, Red's Kentucky charm is here. April's got that princess flair with military precision there. Barbie sprinkles magic dust in this place we call a trust. Come on in, don't be shy, we'll teach you how to reach the sky. ScrappyShak, come and make your dreams come back. We'll show you how to cut and paste, nothing here will go to waste. ScrappyShak, love and laughter, that's our track. Emma's young blood leads the way, making magic every day. Barely art school holds it tight from morning sun to late at night. Retreat weekends, learn and grow all the tricks we wanna show. Every color, every thread builds a joy that lies ahead. Take my hand, I'll show you how we can start creating now. ScrappyShak, come make your dreams come back. I'll show you how to cut and paste, nothing here will go to waste. ScrappyShak, love and laughter, that's our track. Red hair flying, fingers working, princess teaching, never shirking. Glitter goblins pass through ways, Emma managing our days. Melly's dreams in purple hues, we're the team that never loses. ScrappyShak, come and make your dreams come back. We'll show you how to cut and paste, nothing here will go to waste. ScrappyShak, love and laughter, that's our track. Purple walls and friendly faces, this is where your heart embraces all the joy that you can make here at our ScrappyShak. Walking to our purple paradise where creativity comes alive. Melanie's got the vision clear, Red's Kentucky charm is here. April's got that princess flair with military precision there. Barbie sprinkles magic dust in this place we call a trust. Come on in, don't be shy, we'll teach you how to reach the
Dang. Our green screen is not cooperating. Sorry.
So you get to really see the green screen.
You do. It's so green. Trying to make it work. I don't know why it's not working.
You know, it's how it goes around here. Everything. There
I
we
got
go. There we go. April fixed it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good morning, good morning. We have some announcements. First of all, we want to give you a little update on Melanie and Roger. Roger is doing much better. He is in rehab now as opposed to the hospital. So he's gaining his strength back and getting ready to come home for Thanksgiving. I think he's supposed to be coming home Wednesday night. Still got a long road to recovery to regain that strength and get back to a level of independence, but they are doing better. And we've actually seen Melanie. Yes, there was a Melanie sighting in the store. I think twice this week, within the last 7-ish days anyway. We won't call it this week necessarily, but all right. Just want to remind you about our upcoming retreats and things. We had Craftmas last week. By the way, I apologize for that. This one is my fault. Okay, last week, 2 weeks ago on the live, I should have reminded you that we wouldn't have a live last week because of the Craftmas retreat. And then I was supposed to post something on Facebook about it last Saturday morning, but then something else needed my attention and we had the retreat going on and I never came back to doing that post, and I realized that this morning. But sorry we missed you. We were busy though. But the people at Craftmas had such a good time that they've taken up a bunch of our future slots. So Spring Forward, which is that Spring Forward weekend of March, is now about half sold out. The August Celebrity Retreat at Unicoi in August is getting close to the halfway mark of being sold out. And even next Craftmas is about halfway sold out. So if you've been thinking about any of those, about coming down and joining us, go ahead and get on ScrappyShak.com, go to our classes tab and take a look at those events, check the dates with your calendar, all that kind of good stuff, and go ahead and get signed up. We do have some upcoming classes. First of all, on Black Friday weekend, all weekend, we'll be doing various make and takes in the store. You can come in, check it out. We'll teach you a little skill, give you a little something to take with you. So that'll be lots of fun. Then the next weekend, I'm going to come back to that first week of December. But the following weekend, that's Fridays the 12th, Saturdays the 13th, Sundays the 14th, we are just packed with classes. The 12th, we're going to make Christmas cards. The 13th, if you have student-aged people in your house, we're going to be making a little gift for teachers, but that one is really limited because of the supplies. So if you're looking for your child to make a gift to take to their teacher, that's a good one on the 13th. And then on the 14th, Sunday, we're going to have the gingerbread house class. And I showed you that a couple weeks ago. So don't forget about that. That Saturday that I skipped, the Saturday and Sunday that I skipped, December 6th and 7th, that is our Kilman Foundation art show and fundraiser, and it's called Cowboys and Angels. And my understanding is that the restaurant Cowboys and Angels is going to be doing some appetizers and light foods there. And so that'll be good. That's always good stuff from them. And we're going to have art that's related to cowboys, angels, rural settings, things like that, plus all of our regular art. So you could come between 10 and 5 on Saturday or Sunday, tour the gallery, get a snack, maybe even take home a Christmas present for somebody, which is always a great idea. There'll be live music there as well. So mark your calendars for that. That is December 6th and 7th. And then my final announcement for the day. Don't forget that this coming week is Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Shop on Sunday. I just made that one up, but it felt like it needed a title. And Cyber Monday. And we'll be having big sales all week. So, of course, Melanie hasn't been here. So April and I got to walk around the store and pick a bunch of the sales. So we put a lot of our favorite things on sale. And then when Melanie was in the store last week, she went around and put a lot of other things on sale for that. It's all set up in the computer and ready to go. And it's good stuff. Some of it's got me thinking about getting up early before I come to work on Black Friday and shopping online. So I know it's like, geez, we got to get up early and shop before we can even come in and do the rest of our things. So, but I think for some,
but I'm not above it.
Yeah, for some of the stuff I want, I think it might be too late if I wait to get to the store. I think other people will have snapped it up online. All right, that does it for announcements for us. If you have any questions about anything I just said, shoot a message in there. Let me know. I may get back to it during this hour, and I may have to send you a message later, depending on what all's going on. All right. Thanks, y'all. April's going to tell you about some of our new products.
Morning, friends. I gotta share my camera here so that you may see. So we are going to start with this little set. It is a little advent calendar set. Oh, what happened to my screen? It's putting the green screen on it. Oh no,
that's really weird.
Hang on. I'm sorry. Pick me.
While April's fixing the camera, I'll tell you a little bit about what she's about to show you. This is an advent calendar box, and it builds 25 houses, trees. You put them all together to make a little village, and she'll show you what I'm talking about.
Comes nice and flat, and it can go back flat. But here's your tree, what your tree will look like. You have some houses of this shape, have some houses of this shape, and then you have some of this shape.
Now, did you glue any of that together?
I glued nothing, so it pops open easily. You can close it again easily. You can flatten it out and use it again next year. Look how easy that is. That's probably big enough for a pair of socks for a kid.
I think this is a great one. If you have grandkids or nieces and nephews or small children, you can build it together.
Put a little piece of candy in there.
Yeah, all kinds of little treats. Some
little nail polish. That would be lots of fun. And this is $19.99.
Yes, we didn't tell the code for today, which is Indigo 20.
You can put that in there.
Yes. Because April's about to show you a whole bunch of indigo blue stuff.
I can get my act together this morning.
First, she has to drop some things on the ground.
Let's see. What should I start with? Oh my gosh, the choices. Okay, let's start with this. So this is Turn to the Sun, sunflowers. This is absolutely awesome, amazing. I think I got 3 other people to buy it because I showed them how well it's stamped. It is $16.89. It shows all of that detail. It is amazing. See if I can get it so you can see it a little better. Maybe not. Maybe not. Can we see it? Oh, there you go. Now you can see some detail.
There you go.
But it stamps absolutely beautifully. It is $16.89. And then the next flower we have is a giant peony. Look at how big this thing is. Like, it's bigger than my hand. But it is beautiful as well. And it has many little pieces. So you don't have to do the big one, or you could do part of the big one. You could take your 4 to 6 deck cards and stamp it in the middle. Do a little Seth after there. This one is $28.59. And then we have a giant rose, and this is also beautiful. This one's not bigger than my hand, so that's cool. Look at the detail. It is amazing. So pretty. And this one is $28.59 as well. It's gorgeous. And then if you're one of us weirdos that really like newspaper print for backgrounds and such, here you go. The Yorkshire Evening Post. And this guy is $28.59. And it actually has the Yorkshire Evening Post pieces 1, and then you've got 3 different pieces of newspaper. And then you have your ink spots and your coffee ring. So you could stamp part of it, all of it. Great backgrounds. $28.59.
Easy bookmarks too.
Well, yes. I don't read. I'll wait for the movie. Shh, don't tell Barbie. All right. And then we have a Steampunk Winterfest paper pack. $11.05. This is gorgeous. Look at that. Oh, pretty. So very pretty. We showed Diane, and she, of course, bought it.
Yeah.
Because
So if you've got people who love trains, or they just love the movie Polar Express,
Look at all those
or
colors.
steampunk,
It's a beautimus.
and some of the pages are dark, but some of them are nice and bright and light. And
I think this is the only one we have left. So if you want it, I love this silhouette right here. I don't know why, but I do. Just looks so grandioso. And that is all. Beautiful. That one is 1105. Then we have Dandelion Heads book, also 1105. This one has 24 pages. Look at how pretty that is. This would be great to put in a journal that you're making. Just take out pages, do a little rippy rip. I don't know if I could though.
Or it could be the journal, right?
Could be the journal. You could just put a hard cover on the outside. Beautiful. Dandelion Heads. Love it. And then because it's a bit chilly outside, we have this one. 24 pages. This one is $12.99. These are 8x8 pages. Here's your ATC ready pictures. And then the backgrounds. That great. I don't know. Maybe that's better.
I think that looks better.
It is so pretty. Reminds me of a chilly morning in Alaska. I don't want that cold anymore, though. Somebody else can have it.
Mhm. I love the light in this, coming through the trees, reflecting on the snow.
They did a great job, but they always do a great job.
Yeah. It's beautiful. And if you've got good character dies, you can just imagine putting a character in the middle of that woods or standing on the road there, heading towards the house.
Yeah.
Or stamps.
So pretty. Sorry, ScrappyShak song is stuck in my head. Sorry, not sorry.
We need to look at these pages. It is going to be in the 70s today.
Yeah.
Yesterday set a record for one of the warmest November 21st in Georgia, but Thanksgiving morning is going to be in the 20s. So we're having one of those 50-degree drops in the next couple of days.
And there's more ATC backgrounds. All right, $12.99. I have one more indigo blue. Damask.
This is mine.
Is 8x8, $12.99. There's your ATC backgrounds. This is absolutely gorgeous. The colors, you can see the texture. I wish I could feel it. Can't feel it.
You could put some clear texture paste on it.
Oh, we could.
Or some clear crackle paste.
Oh, that'd be fun too.
Fix it right up.
It would. Maybe we need a lab. Just kidding. We don't have time for a lab today.
We don't.
But that is beautiful. Ooh. All the shades and colors. So pretty.
It reminds me a little bit of an old, I think it's a DCVW 12x12 book I have at home that's, oh gosh, probably 20 years old. I think it was actually called Old World Paper. And this is that on a smaller scale.
I was thinking it's old
Budamus.
wallpaper.
Oh, yeah.
Old wallpaper. All right, I'll do two more. So Barbie has a couple less to do. I make her do lots. All right, so this craft papers by Craft Consortium. I believe we've showed this once. It's 1030. Ink drops, festive. Oh, we may not have, because we got this right before the retreat.
Yes.
So this gold is not metallic, but Barbie and I were brainstorming this morning, and we have some really good ideas for it. My favorite, just because I thought of it, is to use some fossilized amber spritz, stick your little paintbrush in there and go along there, and it would just add shimmer and glitter.
And I said you could do the same thing with the Extreme Glitter Mod Podge or Wink of Stella.
Yes.
And shine it right up. And it would, because the color's really bright
It is.
And so if you just put that little tiny bit of shine on it, it would look absolutely metallic, almost like geodes.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. And I just looked at Diane McKeon's name. And so I thought you could actually spring, if you were going to do it as a 3D something or the front of a card, you could put a little bit of that diamond dust on it too. And it really would look like a geode.
Oh, yeah. Lab.
Thanks, Diane. Great idea.
We appreciate you. We hear your ideas even from a distance.
Oh, Diane says we can use stickles.
So
That is certainly true.
those are all reds. And then we have a bunch of greens that you could do the same. I won't go every page because this is a lot of pages, but you get the idea. So 1030, you get 40 double-sided sheets. Beautiful.
And there's such a range of colors from the, I mean, even though there's only 2 colors, red and green, it goes from those dark, dark reds to the lighter reds and then the dark, dark greens to the lighter greens. It's really pretty.
It is. But I think this one's my favorite.
Yeah.
Frosted wood. Again, 6x6, 40 double-sided. And look at the snow. This is my favorite kind of snow. A picture.
And I think the same thing applies here. If you put something shiny on that snow,
Mm-hmm.
the diamond dust, the stickles, the
Put some texture paste.
mm-hmm,
Some Tim Holtz glitter, or what is it called?
rock
There's
candy.
Twinkle, rock
Oh, yeah.
candy, snowfall, so many things.
So many things.
Okay, where's the variety? Let's get to the variety. There's a different page. And it just looks like
So
snow.
it looks like 3 of each page, maybe. I think that's what I'm seeing is your turn.
20 designs.
Okay.
They look very similar.
Okay.
Until they don't. Like that one. Very pretty. Very pretty. Skip some. Skip some.
It's just what your deck looks like after a frosting.
Mhm.
Frosting looks like.
I'm glad you clarified snow and not like buttercream frosting.
I put buttercream on my deck very often, as in never. Buttercream goes in my mouth. I know what to do.
Good point. All right. Beautiful.
Diane said that would be pretty with the cuckoo clock on it.
Oh, it would.
It's not wrong.
No. All right. 10:30. I'm gonna pass it back to Barbie.
Okay. I'm gonna show you some other new stuff. Oh, okay. So I think most of us are used to rub-ons as being very individual items that can be cut out and have definite lines. But AALL and Create has designed this. It's just a giant rub-on sheet, and you could use it as the whole sheet, I suppose, if you wanted to, but you could also, snip out a flower here and a butterfly there, and maybe a little bit of the background that goes with it. And there's 2 sheets. So the first one looks like this, and the second one looks like, those are the same one. Those are the same one. They tricking me. All right. So the second one is this one in the back.
Oh, but that was so funny.
I thought we had a better view of it if we flipped the page over, but we don't. We just have the outline of this. So anyway, it's beautiful, and it's got all kinds of colors, and you can just rub on a little bit here and a little bit there, and it's quite fantastical. Then I'm going to spend so much time today showing you things that April made. We ordered about 4 or 5 of these tapes, and only the first one has come in. This one is called Petals Kiss. And if you'll remember, these washi tapes are ones, not all of them, but the ones we buy are ones that you lay down in strips and it creates a picture. So this is the one that is created by Petals Kiss. And you can see April's got this first strip up here with part of the butterfly and this red iris, and then the next strip comes in and finishes off the butterfly and adds another row of flowers, and this strip comes in with the tiny little butterfly postage stamp and finishes off that white flower and adds on to the purple, and you just keep layering it until you get the whole picture. And this can be the focal point of a card or a background of a card, or scrapbook project, or
frame around
whatever
it,
you
call
do.
it a picture.
Right. So it's great, and they just lay down so quickly. So don't forget about those. Those are gorgeous. And then somebody, I think it was You Turn Sandy, requested us to order her a small mini scoreboard that works when you're just dealing with like card size pages. And for those of you who like to travel, pack up all your stuff and go to a friend's house, or there's some people that'll meet on certain days at the fellowship hall at church, and everybody crafts together, and you want to take all your stuff, but all your stuff is big and heavy and obnoxious, and it would, you'd have to go in and out of the building 5 times to get it all in there. This is a good travel size one, and it is $10.99, and we've got that on your 20% off sale this weekend. So it's an even better deal. Comes with its own bone folder, and you should be set and good to go. Do all those things that are done there. All right. Then we knew we had to have this. This actually goes along with a Stamperia paper that originally came out last year called Gear Up for Christmas. They did add a few products to that this year, including this stencil. It is $7.79. It's a nice big size. So you could use it on a larger piece of paper if you repeat it a couple times, or you can use parts of it on a smaller piece of paper. And April has it here just on white paper with blue stamping, and then she's added a little bit of textured snow with her little dots. So it's gorgeous. It could be a focal point or a background piece.
Oh,
So
that'd be an awesome background.
very, very pretty. And then this stamp is called, I think it's called Hydrangea. Anyway, it is a studio light stamp, and it's a grungy one. So you can't really tell from this side, but I'm going to flip it over and show you the other side in a second. It's got a lot of flowers, but then it's got some writing and some of these nice big scripty letters. And then down here is just kind of splotches. So this is what they made with it. And you can see these beautiful, beautiful petals. This is perfect for making a bookmark. And I mean, it's a one and done. I mean, you stamp it and you're done, except for coloring it. It's really, really pretty. So here I tried to kind of emulate it, but my colors ended up a lot lighter. So what I did is I stamped this with gray archival ink. And I did use gray. For whatever reason, I couldn't put my hands on my black at that moment. Anyway, so I used gray. So that's part of why it's lighter. And then I painted it with Mod Podge, let that dry. And then I did all my coloring with the Tim Holtz Distress watercolor crayons. And everybody who saw it at the store was like feeling it all weekend, going, "Oh, it feels so weird because it's got that crayon texture on top." So that one was fun. And then here's one where I just inked the background. I started with red in the middle, then went out to orange and yellow and a little bit of green on the ends. So literally all I did was ink the background, stamped it with black VersaFine, and then added a few Nouveau drops as centers, and we moved on.
So pretty.
It is. It's a quick one though.
He made me buy it.
It's really, I did. I made a couple other people buy it too. I think Teresa bought it too.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So then here's a stamp. If you're looking for like a nice snowy cabin Christmas card, or if your family's the kind that runs off to a mountain cabin for Christmas vacation, this is a great card for you. Sentiment says walking through a winter wonderland and let it snow. So there are 2 different cabins. There's some extra snowflakes. There's a little bit of squiggle that you can use as landscaping. There's a nice little fence. And then here's a picture of what Studio Light did with it. And I'll say I've been pretty successful with my studio light stamps. I think they work great. You know, sometimes you get a brand and you stamp it and it doesn't quite stamp. And then there's that part that you got to really smush down and re-stamp and re-ink. And it's a struggle. But that one, those studio light ones work great. This is a vintage butterfly die. The actual size of the die is 5.5 by 5.5 inches. So this is going to make a nice square card, or if you wanted to do it off the page, you could do a regular size card. I think I bought this one, but it's one that I just haven't had time to open, which is really bonkers because I love butterflies, and it's crazy to me that I haven't done this one yet. But it is $19.99. It's got 3 pieces. So I think, what did we say the pieces were? You opened one.
The pieces are the actual stamp looking part.
So you
and
get
then
the
the border. And then the inside is all one piece with the butterfly and the lattice.
Okay. So
But
yeah,
I haven't used mine either yet.
so you can have postage stamp too, which, you know, is always a great thing to have. And then this die, this is a Gemini Create a Card. For those of you who are not wanting to deal with the realities of winter, this is flowers and bees, and it cuts all of that out in one pass. Okay, it is all attached to the frame. There's no gluing pieces together. It's just one. Boom, you're done. So I made this one actually a while back. And I did mine with, so I cut mine out in black. So you can see everything that's black there is just cut in one fell swoop with one pass through your machine. And I put mine on vellum.
Oh,
Designer vellum. So, you know, if I had a light down here, you could see, well, you could see that it's lighter looking through than if I close it. If I close it, it's got that much darker look. And that's because it's got that see-through vellum. So it's a really pretty $14.99. You got your 20% off. All you have to do is throw some kind of background under it, and see here, they just did blue sky, and that was it, the end. This one, they did the blue sky in the background, the black cutout, and then just added a little bit of yellow as accents. Here, they've probably cut it out in white and then, you know, done some coloring and inking, but it's a pretty easy one. All right, here. Show you this die. I'm going to show you a card later this morning that uses this, but I'm saving that for something else. This is an infinity die. It's $26.99, worth every penny.
oh yes,
It is. It's called Starry Clouds. All right, so Starry Clouds Infinity Dies by Hero Arts. And y'all, it's a cloud inside of a cloud inside of a cloud. But if you look, the individual clouds have these little stars that cut out and little diamond shapes that can be made to look like stars. And so you get this like whole galaxy look. So we'll come back to that, but remember that one. I'll put it here to mention again. All right, so
reminder, peeps.
yes, today, and it does end tonight at midnight at 11:59. Actually, Sizzix is 40% off. That doesn't include giant tools and machines and things like that, but the stamps, the dies. And so we walked around the store this morning, and we didn't pull everything off the shelf. That would be ridiculous. But we pulled off some of the things where we had examples made. And so I just want to refresh your memory about those. So first, we've got this stamp and die set called, what's it called? Special Delivery. Okay. And it's got the postage stamps, postage stamp dies. It's got dies, it's got stamps. And here are some things. April went bonkers with it. So first of all, friendly reminder that you don't have to use the Christmas things for Christmas. So here she's got this fantastic glimmer background. She's cut out the postage stamps. She's put all these little designs on it from one of her Crafty Babe collection, maybe?
No, that one's from a art
Art impressions. Okay.
Yeah.
And
It's an
then
old one.
this one, she's got that fantastic embossing folder in the background. And then she's actually used some of the Christmas things from the set. And then the stamp is from the set. The sentiment stamp, or that's from a different set?
That's with it.
Okay, so this one says sending you love and warm hugs during this holiday season. And then here's another one where she's used the set, but given it the red background and then the lighter stamps. And I wish you could see these stamps. They're so
You can see.
like the detail and the colors. It's really pretty, really, really elegant. So she did a great job with those.
Thanks,
And
Barbie.
then, okay, this is seriously, okay, right? You're looking at this going, I have circled eyes. But this one is the circle inside of the circle inside of the circle, and they all have different kinds of little edges. And I thought nothing of that die. I was like, whatever. I probably have 3 sets of circles at home already. And then April made this where she just cut out, 1 million circles and glued them together. And it's so like 19 with this particular color set, it's got that 1970s retro vibe going on. And it's just really cool. You can see here she's put some shine on some of the edges and all that. So don't forget about our Sizzix 40% off sale. All right, this one is the Journey Home die set. And we have the Snap and Swap Merry Christmas set.
Oh,
and,
nope, man, there's one more. The tree.
And the tree set, which is called Trees and Trinkets. And April put all of those together, and voila. Fantastic. Okay, and so much sparkle. I'm a sucker for the sparkle. So just a few reminders here. We got this rainbow die called Rainbow Arches that April used to make these, and then she did not waste the hearts that came out. Okay, she put those all over the side. It's fantastical. And then this one I demoed for you an age ago. The gift cards, we actually sold out. I think we sold out twice. I think this is our 3rd order. And just as a friendly reminder, this doesn't have to be just for Christmas. It came out at Christmas time, but you can use it for birthdays. I think when I showed it to you, I did one that was more Halloween-y, one that was kind of wedding-ish.
Yeah,
this was my Christmas one, and you just, you pull it out, you insert your gift card,
your void gift card,
and my voided gift card. Man, I need a gift card that's not voided. All that kind of stuff. And then we've got, remember that Sizzix dies includes Tim Holtz. So we've got Winston, and here's a tag that April made with the most sparkle, and he's adorable. And then here is one that was created by Teresa, and she combined it with a cup die. I can't remember where that was from.
Elizabeth Craft.
But okay, an Elizabeth Craft. And then she's got Winston on there with all his sparkles and shine. And they're gorgeous. Cutimus. So cutimus. And then here is Merry and Bright. And April's got it here where she's used a piece of plaid paper. And it looks like one of the Eileen Hall postage stamp dies. Popped some of them out, left some of them in, added the Merry and Bright on top, added decorations, added sparkles. Sparkles.
Wonderful.
Okay, speaking of shiny, people, let me tell you a story. So some of you heard the saga of the snake part 1. All right, we had a snake at ScrappyShak. And April was really close to it when she saw it. So she screamed and she ran. It was outside, mind you. I don't want you to think we have snakes in the store. We don't. And I ran because she was running. And then I turned around to look at where we were running from. And I couldn't see it because it was so small. And I ended up huge. It was no bigger around than my thumb. If you stretched it from end to end, it was maybe 18 inches. I chased it off with a broom. I thought I was doing the snake a favor. But last night, I'm in my laundry room, and I turn around, and I swear it was the same snake. Now, mind you, I live 30 miles away, so that snake traveled a distance to be with me. But I
He's been
turn
in the
around.
car the whole time.
Oh, he has not. I turned around and saw that thing on my floor and I screamed. I thought it was pretty loud, but my husband was rocking out in the kitchen and making my daughter's Friday night quesadillas because that's her thing. And he didn't hear me scream. And my son-in-law, who was in the next room, did not come and rescue me. So I had to go fetch my son-in-law. And between the two of us, we got the snake and we had it in a bucket, kind of like this, but with a lid on it. And he took it outside the garage and he literally stopped at the door and was about to dump the snake 6 inches from the door. And I said, could you please take that snake farther away before you dump it out? And so I screamed so hard. I really don't think I can do shiny today because I hurt myself. I don't know, but it was in my house, y'all.
It doesn't belong there.
It does not belong there.
Welcome.
It is. And that was it for me. I've seen them outside. We garden together sometimes. I've got worm snakes in my yard, little black snakes. We just put them back where they come from, and try to leave them alone. But geez, not in my house, people. Not in my house. So that brings us to the moose, silly moose. And what does he have on him down here?
That is the snowflakes, the mica sparkle mix.
Okay, so it's I don't know if it came out again this year after a long absence or if it's brand new.
New. So he had the mica and he had the glitter, but this he combined them and called the snowflakes.
Okay, so it has mica chunks, little glitter flakes. It's in a texture paste, so you can put it on wherever you want, and it is.
It's not in a texture paste.
It's not in a texture paste.
I use texture paste to stick it to it.
Sorry, I misspoke.
But that's important to know because if you don't want that texture paste, just use some clear glue or some media matte or what have you.
Okay, so I'm gonna let April take back over for a minute.
My turn.
Do some demo and stuff.
Okay.
We haven't heard the one, have we?
I have not, but we've been loud.
We have been.
All right. So, Misty friends. I know a lot of my Misty friends already have a Misty and probably are thinking, I don't need the Misty light. And you may be right.
Silly friends.
But you may be wrong. I'm really glad I bought it. Okay. So here's the Misty light. It is just this plastic piece that has a little flap goes this way. I'll show you for real in a second. This piece itself is $24.99. You need to have it on a magnetic mat and then have some magnets to hold it down.
Just as a friendly reminder, this is not on the sale, but there is a bundle price.
And what is the bundle price?
I have no idea.
I think it's like $85, $86, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then there is this holy moly, really strong, look, power magnet. It is $17.99, and let me tell you what, it is powerful. And then it has these little mini pawns. These are $10.99, which are still pretty strong. And then it has this mat, which is magnetic. It doesn't come with anything but the board. And this is $39.99. So you get all of this if you buy the bundle.
$84.96.
So that's the bundle. Let me show you how I use it. Oh, can you give me ink? I forgot ink. I don't know how I did that.
First one.
Yes, please. So look at this magnet. Ugh. Like, it's strong. Then these little guys, they're pretty strong too. All right, and so I'm going to hold this up so you can see. This side says rubber. That means the red rubber goes on the bottom of that side. This side says clear. So the clear stamps go on this side. And the reason I have enjoyed this so much is because I made little card fronts and then I decided my cards are getting very heavy. I should do a couple that are lighter. So I decided to change it into a postcard using this postcard stamp, these clear stamps that go with the special delivery set. So I used the stamps and the dies for that to make this cute little postcard. So, and then here's another one. And I don't know which way to go. Okay, so now I started another one. Just using some of my Stamperia, and I have, you know, a few animals, so there's hair everywhere. Let me get this piece of hair. Oh, I can't. It's under the magnet. Ah! Okay, got it. So there is not anything specific to hold this down. However, if you lift up the one end and you get that in there, you can kind of use your lines to line it up. Then you put your magnets back down. I might end up buying another power magnet. Oh, I got it dirty already. Okay, so now I am going to
Diane says the dirt and the hair is just extra texture.
It is, it is. If you expect no hair or mess in my house, I'm sorry. Wrong house. All right, now we're gonna press this down. You can use the stamp press tool. I just don't have it on me, but it does a pretty good job without it. So there's that. And then I take it over to this side. I lift it up again. Line it up to where I think I want it. And then I put this back down. And then I ink over here. Oh, wait, I'm just kidding. Ah, wrong way. I did that on purpose, but I forgot I did it. So I started this process last night.
You need a different color one.
No, I need to remember how I lined it up. Okay, this is how I lined it up. So I slid this under here. And that's the nice thing about this is I can kind of see where I want it before I put it down. All right, let me finish inking. Yesterday when I was doing this, it was like a little assembly line. I'm off the bottom. That's okay. But there is one messy one. Good thing I have another right here. We'll do another. I didn't have it lined up right. What?
Little more with the line up.
Okay, then we're going to stamp that down. Oh, see, this is why you use a stamp tool to press it down. But I actually like the little marks left on it because I think it makes it look like a real postage stamp. Or that's our alarm. Ooh. It makes it look like a real postcard. Somebody came in and forgot to shut it off. That's all. That's all. All right, we're going to remove this so that I can line it up better. Because it is easy enough. And then we're going to re-ink this side. And once you have it lined up the way you want it, it really is easy to do a whole bunch. But with the clear ones, you can actually see that the stamp is working the way you want it to. And then there you have it. So, simple postcard / Christmas card. And it's done. So, I think it's worth it. Another way they showed it is in a book. If you wanted to stamp like a certain stamp on the corner of each book, you can just put it under here, stamp, move it over, stamp again, stamp, stamp, stamp. So I think it's pretty cool.
Whereas a book or journal would be a lot harder to get into a regular.
Yes, it would. And, you know, you don't have to have both sides magnet down. As you saw, I just did those without the magnets at the bottom, and it's actually easier. So, one more thing I'm going to show you that has nothing to do with this is So Barbie and I like labs, in case you didn't know.
So
So I used this embossing folder yesterday and I was like, what shall I do with it?
which is 40% off if you buy it today.
Yes, it is 40% off. And in the store, we get a lot of packing paper. A lot. So I was like, you know what, Barbie? Let's see what happens when we do it with packing paper. This is what happens. Look at the texture. And then, of course, well, we needed to use some luster wax on it because why not? But this would also work on craft paper. For those of you that have lots of craft paper or would like to buy some craft paper. But, you know, we like to use things we find lying around, and I found it lying around. You see the color? There you go. Maybe a little better.
Ooh, a mess.
But you can definitely see the texture. And it was, I didn't spray it with water. We just sent it on through. All right, back to the Bobby.
Oh, you guys start with your card.
Oh, I got to start with my card.
Yeah. And then I'll go from there.
Okay. So anybody that knows me knows I love me some Disney, you know, Mickey, Minnie, Steamboat Willie. Well, and then Barbie, you know, damn it, Barbie. She finds things that we need. Like this little art set from Elizabeth Craft.
Now, it's important to state that this one does not come with the mouse. We are getting some mice in, but they won't be here till next week.
Yes, it does not come with the mice. So Barbie said, I'm going to order the mouse. Do you want one? And I said, no, I have Minnie and Mickey. Look at that. Minnie is wearing the mouse's clothes. So $18.95, and it's awesome. And it is versatile. You can use it on their mouse, which we have ordered, or Mickey and Minnie. Okay, now it's Barbie's turn.
Or no mouse at all.
Or no mouse at all and just use its parts. It's accessories.
So I have used mine a couple different ways. What do you have on yours here? Is that a rub-on?
Mhm.
Okay, so April, her picture is made with a rub-on. Okay, so you've got a die in the set that is your canvas. Okay, and it is yay big. Okay. And it fits on the easel. It fits right between that top strip and that bottom strip. All right. So that's how it's intended to be. But let's show some flexibility here because, you know, I got to be consternating.
Me too.
So first I'll show you how I used it, quote unquote, the right way, the right size. So here I've got it with some dies. These dies were from a Simon Hurley outer space alien set. I think Diane used it at a retreat in a class a while back
with the TV screen.
Yes. Was that two? I don't know. Maybe two, not this past Craftmas, but maybe the one before. I can't remember. But anyway, I got the set also, and this is how I've used it. So I've got one little alien here with his little orange paintbrush. He's just finished painting the planet there, and he's done either a self-portrait or one of his friends. And this is that infinity die that we were showing you earlier, where I said it was just layers and layers, and you can use it as the stars. So on some of these layers, like this top blue layer, I just let the purple that was underneath it show through. But this is a matte black and a shiny black, and I didn't want the matte black shining through as part of the stars. So on this one, I took just a gold gel pen and colored the inside of the stars. And this layer, again, the stars would have been black. So I took a silver gel pen and colored through. So some of them, I used the color of the paper and just left it. And others, I added some color too. So that is a possible use. You can use it with rub-ons. You can use it with dies. Here again is with another rub-on. This is from that Spellbinders Christmas rub-on set. It's like the medium size Santa, and he fits just right on there. And then this was that Simon Hurley Christmas die set. I've just used part of it. I think it really has like 6 signs. And if you did a vertical card, you can put all of the signs on the post, but I wanted the little penguin sitting there with the tube of paint. So, and he's from another Spellbinder set. So anyway, I put that together. But then I said to April, what if you wanted to make your picture bigger? And so
I said, I don't know, Barbie. What if?
What if? And the answer is it looks really bonkers because it covers up half of the easel and it doesn't do right. And this is decently bigger than the original. Okay, so the original is that. So this is a good, I don't know, almost an inch bigger on each side. So anyway, but I pulled it off last night, and here's how I did it. I took, this is a Tim Holtz leaf with embossing glazes on it on that
so cool.
on that bigger sheet of paper. And what I did is I just cut the easel and stretched it out. So to do this, I put it vertical instead of horizontal like a lot of our other cards have been. And you could still use a bunch of the accessories. If you wanted to slide this over and put a character here, you absolutely could. If you wanted to slide it over and leave the dish of paintbrushes on the ground like this, or the water jar, or some of the paint tubes on the ground, you could do that. The pieces are there, they're available. I was in a hurry, Friday evening leading into Saturday morning, whatever I'm doing fast. So, because by the time I get home and have supper, it's getting on towards bedtime, and I go to sleep early. I'm an early bed, early rise person. But anyhow, this is how I did it real quick. We're running out of time. So, I just took the piece, okay, and literally just chopped it like that.
Chopped it.
I did. And I have this set up because I knew we'd be running low on time here this morning. I've got it set up with some tape already on the back. So let me just take that off real quick. I couldn't really take it off and transport it. I would have had cat hairs and dog hairs and who knows what else. Snake skin.
Ah, why would you do that?
Anyway, so I put it there. Put it about right there. I've got this. Oh, let me grab some. Didn't put any tabs on this for whatever reason. Got no brains sometimes. Just do.
Just a little scrambled in the morning. I have these things to do.
Yep. I'll just do a couple. It won't be on there super good, but it'll be on there good enough. So, and you could do, these are all square shaped, but you could do something more vertical, something more horizontal. There's no reason why it has to be square. It's just, this is what I grabbed. All right. So I'm going to, okay. I'm going to set it on and I'm going to kind of connect it down here, but I'm not pushing down up there. And then I'm going to take the, I'm sorry, I realize I'm not on screen. All right, peeling that off. And I'm going to stick that down under. So it looks like the top and the bottom of the easel are, oh, I got this so crooked. It looks like the top of the bottom of the easel are sort of holding the painting in place. And then, get in there. I'm stuck to it. Sorry, struggling. I want that whole rim to show, but I don't want a lot of extra space in between. Okay, there we go. Got it on there finally. So that's it. I just cut it, put it at the top of the bottom of my picture, centered the picture. And then it does have some extra pieces here that you can lay crosswise. I won't make you sit and watch me glue those, but they could go there. I've also thought about the easel could be black metallic. It could be white or silver metallic. I've thought about taking the wood color and running it through one of the wood embossing folders so it looks like it actually has wood grain. And I think that would be really cool.
Oh,
And
that would be
again,
cool.
you
Mhm.
can do all kinds of extra goodies, around it, little art pieces and stuff, and just have a blast with it. So I thought it was super flexible and fun. Here was my point in getting it in the first place. All those little bitty dies that you have in your house and all those little bitty stamps and little bitty rub-ons, the things where you're like, oh, I would like to make a card out of this, but what else would I put on the card to make it big enough? Like, for example, Lawn Fawn is cute and penny black stamps are cute, but they're about 2 inches tall at the most. And you have to create a whole scene. So it's like all this stamping before you can even start your coloring and stuff. But if you just had this little hedgehog or this little, whatever, that you just wanted to just emphasize, put it on the easel. I like this die set because it makes so much of my other stuff usable to me that wasn't really getting used before. All right, that's the end of my soapbox.
And
Do we-
we thank you all.
Do we have anything else? All right,
We
so
do not. Oh, remind them the code.
yes, the code is Indigo20 for all of the Indigo Blue products that April showed you at the beginning. Don't forget that if you want to take advantage of that Sizzix sale, which does include the Tim dies, it includes the Seth After dies, Eileen Hall, Catherine Pooler, and their stamp sets and things as well. Well, not the Tim stamps, that's a different company, but anything that's Sizzix and isn't a machine or a major tool is 40% off. Today's the last day for that. And then everything else we showed you is 20% off, except the Misty, which we can't do, but we do have the bundle price.
And we thank you, friends. Have a happy Thanksgiving because we won't have another live before then.